All right, buckle up because today we're diving deep into a really unique part of the X-Men universe.
Oh, yeah.
The Age of Apocalypse.
Okay.
But we're not staying on Earth for this one.
No.
We're blasting off into space.
To space with...
Gambit and his X-Ternals. So imagine if the X-Men, they weren't the heroes we know.
Right.
They were more like a crew of space pirates, just fighting to survive in this world ruled by apocalypse.
That's a pretty crazy twist.
Right.
Yeah, what I find really interesting about this story is, it takes these characters we think we know, and it throws them into a totally different situation.
Okay.
I mean, instead of protecting a school full of kids, they're out there pulling off these daring heists and battling all these intergalactic threats.
Yeah, it's really like a sci-fi space opera kind of vibe.
It is.
Totally. I was going through all the stuff you sent over, the comics and articles, and I gotta say, it's like someone took, like, Star Wars, mixed it up with Ocean's 11.
I can see that.
And then threw in a bunch of mutants.
For good measure.
Just for fun.
It's a great combo.
Yeah.
And it really works.
Yeah, it totally does.
And I think a lot of that comes down to the team behind it.
Yeah.
I mean, you've got Fabian Nicieza.
Yeah, he's great.
Writing the story, who's known for his work on X-Force.
Yeah.
So he really knows how to handle, like, team dynamics and action.
Right. Yeah.
And then the art, oh man.
Oh yeah, tell me about the art.
Tony Daniel.
Yeah.
His art is just explosive.
Yeah.
It's bold, it's kinetic.
It really fits the story.
Perfectly captures the energy of this whole space pirate adventure.
Okay, so before we get into, like, the details of the heist,
Sure.
Let's break down this crew.
Okay.
These X-Ternals. Who are we dealing with here?
Well, you got Gambit, of course.
Of course, yeah.
Leading the charge.
It's got to be there.
Still got his charm, his cunning, those kinetic energy powers.
Yeah.
But there's, like, a harder edge to him in this reality.
Oh, interesting.
And that scar across his face.
Yeah.
It hints at a past that's even more mysterious than usual.
I love a good mysterious past.
Yeah.
So who else is riding with Gambit on this crazy mission?
Well, he's got quite a crew.
Lay it on me.
There's Jubilee.
Oh, nice.
All grown up.
Yeah, she's not a kid anymore.
No, in this one.
Wielding her explosive powers with even more fire.
Yeah.
And a touch of rebellion.
All right.
And then you've got Lilith Cheney.
Okay.
The teleporting rock star.
Yeah, she's cool.
Her abilities are, like, crucial for their mission.
I could see that. Yeah.
But there's a hint that they might be failing. Which adds a whole layer of tension to this whole thing.
Failing powers.
Yeah.
That's definitely upping the stakes.
Yeah, yeah.
So what about the rest of the team?
Okay.
Who else is in this motley crew of space pirates?
Well, you got Strong Guy.
Okay.
The muscle of the group.
Of course. But he's got a surprisingly soft spot for Jubilee.
Oh, interesting.
There's a whole emotional dynamic between them.
Okay.
That adds another layer to the story.
I like that.
And then there's M, the telepathic powerhouse.
Right.
She brings a certain regal presence to the team.
Ooh.
Almost like a queen amongst these rogues.
So we've got, like, a real mix of personalities here.
Oh, absolutely.
Sounds like there's going to be some conflict.
Oh, yeah.
And some camaraderie.
Oh, sure.
So who's the wild card?
Yeah.
Who's the one that throws a wrench into everything?
That would be Random.
Ransom.
He's a shapeshifter.
Okay.
And let me tell you, his loyalties are questionable from the get-go.
That's never good.
You're never quite sure where you stand with Random.
Right.
Which adds this constant, like, layer of suspicion.
Yeah.
To the team dynamic.
So what's the grand plan here? What's the mission that brought this this unlikely team together?
They are after the McCrane crystal. McCrane crystal. This cosmic artifact with the potential to rewrite reality itself.
Rewrite reality.
Yeah.
That sounds pretty intense.
Yes.
So Magneto.
Yes.
He's leading this rebellion against Apocalypse.
Right.
He thinks this is the key to, like, turning the tide.
He thinks it's their only hope.
To saving their world.
Exactly.
To rewrite reality. Because crystal sounds pretty important.
It is. And stealing it.
Yeah.
Not going to be easy.
I imagine not, no.
They're going up against the Shi'ar Empire.
Okay.
This incredibly powerful alien race.
Right.
With a vast, technologically advanced army.
Sounds like a suicide mission.
Basically.
So we got our team.
Yeah.
We got our objective.
Uh-huh.
And we got insanely high stakes.
Definitely.
So walk us through this heist.
Okay.
What's Gambit's plan? How do they even approach something like this?
Well, this is where Gambit's cunning really shines.
Right.
He uses Lila's teleportation powers to infiltrate a heavily guarded Shi'ar warship. Imagine, like, teleporting onto a vessel that's bristling with weapons, knowing that one wrong move could totally expose you.
Yeah, you're in enemy territory.
Completely.
So they're in. Now what? How do they actually get their hands on this crystal?
Jubilee creates a diversion.
Okay.
Think massive explosions, blinding lights.
Wow.
Basically a fireworks show.
A word.
Designed to draw attention away from their real objective.
Okay.
Meanwhile, Gambit, Strong Guy, and M, they sneak off to locate the crystal.
So it sounds like things are going according to plan.
Yeah, so far.
They got in, created a diversion, found the crystal.
Right.
But something tells me this is where things get complicated.
You would be right about that.
Uh-oh.
There's a twist.
Okay.
And it throws everything into chaos.
That's a twist.
The crystal they find, it's a fake.
A fake.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Who planted a fake McCrane crystal?
Right.
And why?
Yeah.
This changes everything. Yeah.
And it immediately raises a whole bunch of questions.
Like what?
Was this like a Shi'ar trap all along?
Ooh, good question.
You know? Yeah. Just to lure the X-Ternals into a vulnerable position?
Yeah.
Or is there a traitor within the team? Someone who sabotaged the mission?
For their own reasons.
Exactly.
Oh, man, I am feeling the tension.
Right.
Now, the mission isn't just about getting the crystal. It's about survival.
Yeah.
And uncovering the truth. And you got to be looking over your shoulder at your own teammates.
Exactly.
As rough.
And suspicion immediately falls on Random.
What?
Yeah, I mean, can you blame them?
He's a shapeshifter.
He is.
He's the one with the questionable motives.
Exactly.
But is it really that simple?
Right.
Or is there something more to this betrayal?
That's the question.
Okay, I am hooked.
Good.
We've got a team on the run.
Yep.
A fake crystal.
Uh-huh.
And a potential traitor in their midst.
It's getting good.
This is where things get really interesting.
I know.
And I can't wait to dive into the fallout.
Yeah.
But for now, we're going to take a quick pause.
Okay.
Don't go anywhere.
We'll be right back.
Because when we come back, we'll unpack the ramifications of this failed heist, the rising suspicions, and what this means for the fate of their world.
Definitely.
So stay tuned.
Welcome back to our deep dive into Gambit and the X-Ternals.
Yeah, when we left off the team, they were reeling from that discovery of the fake crystal.
Oh.
And there's a lot of suspicion going around.
Yeah, that fake crystal really throws everything for a loop.
It does.
It means their mission is a bust.
Right.
But it also, like, plants these seeds of doubt within the team.
You can't really function as a team if you can't trust each other.
Exactly. That's the problem.
Right.
You know, the betrayal, it really cuts deep.
Especially for Leela Cheney.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, she's already dealing with her powers failing, which are basically her lifeline.
Yeah, her only way out.
In this crazy, dangerous universe.
Exactly.
And now on top of that,
right,
she's got to question Gambit.
Yeah.
The guy she's relied on.
The leader
she's followed.
Right into the heart of the Shi'ar Empire.
That's got to sting.
It does. It's like the foundation of the team is just crumbling.
Yeah, it really is.
You know, and speaking of Leela's powers failing.
Yeah, that was a big one.
I'm curious, like, what's the significance of that?
What do you think?
I mean, does it go beyond just the immediate danger of the mission?
What's the bigger picture there?
I think it definitely does.
Okay.
Leela's powers, they represent freedom.
Right.
The ability to, you know, to escape. To transcend the limitations.
Of this harsh reality.
Of this reality, exactly.
When her powers start to flicker. It's like a symbol of hope fading.
Yeah, it's not just about her, you know, her personal struggle.
Yeah.
It reflects, I think, the dwindling hope.
Of the whole rebellion.
Of the entire rebellion against Apocalypse.
It's like Nicias is using these personal struggles.
Yeah.
To kind of mirror the bigger themes of the story.
Exactly.
You know, that fight for freedom, that struggle against these overwhelming odds.
Exactly.
And then there's Gambit.
Oh, yeah.
The leader, caught in the middle of all this.
Right in the crosshairs.
On the one hand, he's a master strategist.
Yeah, he's clever.
A cunning thief.
Thinks 10 steps ahead.
But in this situation, he's got to make decisions.
He has to.
With, like, incomplete information.
Right.
He's navigating this web of lies and betrayals.
Yeah, it's tough.
Even for Gambit, this is a tough situation.
Oh, absolutely. And it makes you think about his character, right?
Yeah, he's definitely in that morally gray area.
He is.
It's like, in a world ruled by apocalypse, survival means making tough choices.
Yeah.
Doing things that maybe aren't so heroic.
Right. It's not always black and white.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah, totally.
It's like, nice he is making us think.
He is.
Can you be a hero?
Yeah.
And still lie, steal, manipulate?
Does the end justify the means?
Yeah.
Especially when, you know, the fate of the world is at stake?
Exactly.
Gambit really embodies that whole dilemma.
He does.
He's fighting for a good cause.
Yeah.
But his methods are
not so clean.
Not exactly squeaky clean.
He's a reflection of that world, you know?
I think so.
This world where the lines between right and wrong,
yeah,
they've gotten blurry.
Blurry, yeah.
Out of necessity.
It's all about survival.
And you were saying earlier,
yeah,
Gambit's not like this heartless manipulator.
No.
There's a depth to him. Loyalty to his team.
Absolutely.
Even if he doesn't always show it.
Yeah. Remember that scene where Leela's powers malfunction?
Oh, during the escape?
Yeah, during their escape.
Yeah.
Gambit, he doesn't even hesitate.
He doesn't.
He risks everything to save her.
What?
Even if it means, like, jeopardizing the mission.
It's a big deal.
Yeah, it says a lot about him.
It does.
He might be a rogue, a gambler.
But he's not heartless.
He's not without compassion.
And that escape, oh, man.
Oh, yeah.
Pure chaos.
It's intense.
You've got the Shi'ar closing in, Lilith struggling to teleport them to safety.
Yeah.
And you see the bonds of the team being tested.
Yeah, big time.
This found family.
Pushed to their limits.
It's really something.
And this is where Tony Daniels' art really shines.
Tell me about it.
He captures that intensity, that desperation, the explosions, the energy.
You could practically feel it.
Yeah, you can feel the heat of Jubilee's blasts.
Yeah.
And the force of Strong Guy's punches.
Riding right off the page.
Right off the page.
You know, when I first saw the cover of this comic, I wasn't so sure about Daniel's style.
Really?
It seemed too vibrant, maybe?
Too bright.
Yeah, too dynamic for the Age of Apocalypse, which is usually, you know, pretty bleak.
Yeah.
But reading through it, I realized...
What'd you think?
It was the perfect choice.
I agree.
His art just brings this energy.
It elevates the whole experience.
Yeah, it does.
And it's not just about, like, showing off the superpowers.
Right.
It's about capturing the emotion.
Of the characters.
Yeah.
Their fear, their determination, their loyalty.
Exactly.
Those vibrant colors, like, clashing with the bleakness.
Yeah.
It kind of highlights the X-Ternals' defiance.
It does.
It's like they're bringing this spark of life to this oppressive world.
It's that rebellion, even in the face of failure, that makes this story so compelling.
It does.
You see them escape the Shi'ar.
Yeah.
Battered.
But not broken.
But not broken.
They lost the crystal.
True.
But they gained something more valuable.
What's that?
A deeper understanding of themselves.
Yeah.
And the strength of their bond.
They went through the fire together.
So they limp away, licking their wounds. Trust is fractured.
Yeah.
What does this mean for the rebellion?
That's the question.
For their fight against Apocalypse.
It's definitely a setback.
Yeah.
The McCrane crystal was their big hope.
Their only hope, really.
And now they're back to square one.
Yeah, they are.
But it also shows just how desperate they are, the lengths they're willing to go to.
They're willing to gamble everything.
On a long shot.
Even if it means crossing some lines.
Crossing lines they never thought they would.
And that brings us back to the morality. Is it okay to compromise your values?
Right.
To do bad things for a good cause?
That's the question, isn't it?
It is.
That hangs over this whole Age of the Apocalypse.
Yeah, it does.
And this story especially.
I see he's not giving us easy answers.
He's not.
Which makes it
Yeah.
So thought-provoking.
It does. He makes you think.
It's not a simple good versus evil story.
Right.
It's complex.
It's nuanced.
It's morally gray.
It makes you think about the choices you'd make in that kind of situation.
And that moral ambiguity.
Yeah.
It's not just the big picture stuff. It's in the personal relationships, too.
Yeah.
Like Leela and Gambit.
Right.
Strong Guy and Jubilee.
And Random.
Random, yeah, with his unpredictable nature.
Always keeps you guessing.
This isn't your classic X-Men team.
No, it's not.
Where they're all united.
By some noble ideal.
Yeah.
This is a group
Yeah.
Bound by necessity.
Yeah.
By survival.
And a desire to fight back.
Against the darkness.
It's that dynamic, that tension.
Between
individual needs.
And the collective.
And the collective good.
That's what makes it so fascinating.
It is. They're not a perfect family.
No.
But they're a family.
They are, yeah.
And there's an honesty to it.
There is. A realness.
Yeah. That resonates.
You can connect with.
It's like a family drama.
Yeah.
Set against this backdrop.
Of a cosmic heist.
Of a cosmic heist gone wrong.
Exactly.
You've got the action, the betrayals, the moral dilemmas.
All wrapped up.
In this vibrant, energetic package.
Thanks to Tony Daniel.
Did
you notice how he uses those close-ups?
Oh, yeah. Especially on Gambit. Yeah.
Like those close-ups on his face?
You can see the emotion.
Yeah.
The doubt, the guilt.
The weight of it all.
The weight of leadership.
It's a subtle touch.
Yeah.
But it adds so much depth.
It does. And it's not just Gambit.
Yeah.
He does it with other characters, too.
He does. He's not afraid to show their vulnerability.
Yeah.
Even the tough ones.
Even the ones that seem hardened.
Yeah, it makes him feel real.
It does.
Feel relatable.
Yeah, even with all the crazy powers.
And the crazy situations.
Exactly, and that's what makes this story so compelling.
It does.
It's not just mutants in space.
It's more than that.
It's about the choices we make.
When things are tough, when our backs are against the wall.
Yeah.
The sacrifices for the people we care about.
It's about navigating the gray areas.
Yeah, the world has gone mad.
It's a reminder that even in the darkest times, there's still hope.
There's always hope.
A spark of rebellion.
That can change things.
And sometimes the heroes we need aren't the ones in shining armor.
Yeah.
They're the ones who are willing to
get their hands dirty.
Fight
for what they believe in.
Even if it means breaking a few rules.
Absolutely. And with that thought in mind, let's take a quick pause.
All right.
Before we jump into the legacy of this story.
That's good.
And its impact on the wider X-Men universe.
Don't go anywhere.
We'll be right back.
Welcome back to the deep dive. We've been talking about this crazy corner of the X-Men universe.
Gambit and the X-Ternals.
Following them on this mission to steal the McCrayan crystal.
And as we've seen, this mission is more than just a heist. It makes you think about, heroism. Morality, yeah.
What choices you make.
When the world's falling apart.
When everything's gone wrong.
Exactly.
And speaking of choices, one of the things that stuck with me was
what's that?
Fabian Niciez's decision to set this story in space.
Oh yeah, it's a bold move.
It is.
Especially considering that
the Age of Apocalypse.
The Age of Apocalypse is usually so Earth-centric.
Right, like it would have been easy to just keep it.
On that familiar bleak landscape of Apocalypse's Earth.
Right.
But by sending these characters into space, Nicieza just opens up
a whole new world.
A whole new world of possibilities.
But like he's saying, even in this dark reality,
even in this messed up world,
there's still room for adventure. Pushing the boundaries.
Of what an X-Men story can be.
Yeah, and he doesn't just use space as like
a backdrop. It's woven into the story. It's a part of it.
You've got the Shi'ar Empire.
Yeah, with their crazy technology.
Politics.
Yeah, their complex political landscape.
It adds a whole other layer.
To the story.
And then there's the McCrayan crystal itself.
Right. This cosmic artifact.
That connects everything.
Connects all realities.
It's pretty mind-blowing.
It is.
Thinking back to Leela Cheney.
Yeah.
And her powers failing.
Yeah, her teleportation.
Her ability to teleport. It's such a powerful metaphor in this setting.
I think so, too.
She's losing her ability to escape.
Yeah.
To transcend the limitations.
Of this reality.
Like it's
a physical thing.
Yeah, it's a physical manifestation of the hope fading.
And it makes you wonder, what happens when even the most powerful escape routes are closed off?
When you can't get away.
How do you find hope then?
It's those deeper themes.
It is. The hope and despair.
Yeah, they really elevate this story.
As you do. It's not just about the cool stuff.
Yeah. Right, it's not just space battles.
And the banter.
Yeah, there's plenty of that.
Yeah.
But it sticks with you.
It's thought-provoking.
Yeah, long after you finish reading it.
I agree. And let's not forget about
Tony Daniel.
Tony Daniel, yes.
His art.
It's just incredible.
It really is.
That blend of grit and dynamism.
I was thinking about that. You got these action sequences.
With Jubilee's flames.
Yeah, practically burning the page.
Yeah, and then those quiet moments where you can just see it in their faces.
You can, and I really appreciate that.
That's that.
That he's not shying away.
No.
From the ugliness of this world.
This is the age of apocalypse.
It's not pretty.
No, it's not.
But even in that darkness, he finds these moments of beauty.
Of hope.
It's like, even in the darkest times, there's still humanity
that shines through.
Yeah.
I think that's why
this story has resonated with so many people.
For so long.
It's not just
a grim story.
Grim and dystopia.
Yeah, it's about
resilience.
Resilience, finding hope.
In unexpected places.
The power of connection.
Human connection.
Even when things are really bad.
When everything's falling apart.
Yeah, it's like that saying, it's always darkest before the dawn.
And in this case, the X-Ternals are that flicker of light.
That spark of rebellion.
Against the darkness.
Exactly. And even though it takes place in this
alternate reality.
This crazy world.
It still speaks to something universal.
It does.
You know, that desire for freedom.
To struggle against oppression.
Searching for meaning.
In a chaotic world.
These are themes.
That we can all relate to.
Yeah, they go beyond just comics.
Yeah.
Beyond time and space.
So let's talk about legacy.
Yeah, the legacy of this story.
How did this
space adventure.
How did it impact the larger X-Men universe?
That's a great question. You know, you can see echoes of this story.
Yeah.
In so many later X-Men comics. I was thinking about that.
The idea of a team of mutants in space.
Taking on threats.
That go beyond Earth.
Beyond Earth.
Yeah.
That concept really
took off after this.
Yeah, it took root after Gambit and the X-Ternals.
And you see it.
You see it in teams like
X-Men Red, SWORD, even the Marauders.
Yeah, they all owe something to this story.
They do.
The way it just expanded the scope.
Of what an X-Men story can be.
And it's not just the teams.
No.
It's the themes, the ideas.
That Nicieza brought in. The moral ambiguity, the cosmic stuff.
The idea that heroes
don't always wear capes.
Right.
These are all things
that have become so important
in X-Men comics.
It's like this story planted a seed.
Yeah, a seed that grew and evolved.
Inspiring new writers and artists.
To explore new possibilities.
To push the boundaries.
Of what these characters can do.
So as we wrap up this deep dive into Gambit and the X-Ternals, I have a question for you, the listener. What do you take away from this story?
Yeah, what resonates with you?
What sticks with you?
Is it the action? The characters?
The themes?
Whatever it is, I encourage you to share your thoughts.
Yeah, your interpretation.
Our connection.
Because that's what makes comics so special.
Right. They're more than just stories.
They're springboards for imagination. Ideas.
New perspectives.
Thanks for joining us
on this deep dive
into this cosmic corner of the X-Men universe.
We'll catch you next time.
See you then.